Well, half, but 57.
That's still a lot on a $6 million budget.
Yeah, so I'd say it's $6 million. You what, like $15 million in promotion, so you got 21. Yeah, you walked away with like 25 million at least in profit. I'm just doing funky math, but you're at least walking away with 20 mil. Because I don't know how much, marketing was.
I remember the first Instagram ads that started popping up for this. And then I went and watched the trailer, and I think you already knew about it probably, but I got so excited because it just looked like so much fun and it looked crazy. And I don't like horror movies, but I love a horror comedy.
That's why
especially a bloody, cheeky one.
Remember the people in the theater? That was cute. Like, there was a lot of murder, but then people were laughing. Like, they thought it was a cute movie.
I mean, I was laughing at pretty much everything in this movie. There's just so much fun.
Watching Adrian Brune just stare at Facebook and like, idiot. Like, he's talking to
my gosh.
Like, his buddy's name is, Chet or something like that. And they're just broing out. But he's like, idiot. Like, we were the only people laughing because we love Orphan Black, probably.
How about when he's sitting on the toilet watching the YouTube videos? I heard that was the directors.
The writers.
Oh, the writers.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, learn how to use a crossbow. I mean, but that makes sense. That's, like, whenever I have to do something, like change a battery or do all that, not in like a remote in a car. Whenever I have to do that, I'm like, I should look at it
positive first.
Yeah, exactly.
Negative.
I got to tell you, though, the other day, the battery on Megan's car, because of what we're going through, we hadn't started it in a while, so her car wouldn't start. We bought this tiny little thing that looks like an external hard drive.
Mm-hmm. It's not big.
Jacked your car right up. Set it up. That's impressive, huh?
It did.
You didn't think it would happen.
Well, the first time we used it on your truck, not on my car.
Yeah,
now right. I'm a believer.
But I do think it's pretty funny, though, that the days that they shot outside were the coldest days that they had.
Well, it's Toronto.
Yeah, you're right. Chilly?
I guess as long as there's not snow on the ground.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because so much of it's in the house, you know?
And, they also built a fake dumbwaiter in this.
Why?
Well, because there wasn't a dumbwaiter.
Oh.
And so they built a fake one, and they told their prop guy, yeah, just put it in. And the guy's like, okay, I'll just build a fake dumbwaiter, like, you idiots. And then another fact I like from this is there was only 5 candelabras. And a lot of people talk about this, but I saw
that too.
I've worked on a lot of indies before where I stupidly use the same plant in every room because I just didn't know how else to decorate anything because we had no money. But yeah, so they used 5 candelabras in this movie, and they just switched them to different places. But 5 is a lot. When they say they only had 5 candelabras, give me 5.
I mean, if they're big iron candelabras, shoot.
I could stretch 5 candelabras all day.
I mean, when we got married, the church said, we have 4 candelabras. Would you like to use them? Of course I would like to use them. They're free.
I'll be like, you have 5?
Place them around the front for dramatic effect, please.
Like, that sounds amazing to me, right? 5?
Yeah.
So when people are, we only had 5 candelabras. I'm like, shoot, I would have worked with half of one.
Yeah, I can put 1 in this room, 2 in that room.
I had PAs in the background holding candles.
Blowing on them.
Yeah, just holding them, pretending to be candelabras.
And they had no matches, so they had to use sticks.
Exactly. We had no money. And you're telling me, 5 candelabras. Jeez Louise.
Please.
But hey, how about this? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk more Ready or Not. Or Ron, as they call it.
I'm ready.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And Megan, you're right. I don't think we spent enough time on the hypotheticals by Chuck Klosterman for this movie. So, is it better to be born into the family? Or is it better to be married into the family?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if we went with the road I was talking about earlier, where you were just very straightforward with the person, you convince them that we don't need to be married, and then maybe you set up some legal things where they would get benefits from you later or something like that, that would be fine either side.
Yeah.
But that's a cop-out, so what's the easier one? I don't know. I think I would rather marry into the family.
Not be born?
Yeah, because, I mean, what if you're the one to screw it up and kill everybody?
So you're making the choice.
Yeah.
Because if you're the family member, you're bringing someone in to potentially die.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if they tell you it...
Yeah, it feels like such a jerk move, right?
Yeah, and that's why this Mark kid in this movie, the more we've watched it, Alex,
I don't
Mark
like
O'Brien,
him.
But he does a good job because...
Being sympathetic at first?
Yeah, so he's sympathetic at first, and then he kind of turns. And Aunt Helene says it too, like he's the one that's going to do it. And he's the favorite son. Remember when Adam Brody is like, yeah, he's your favorite son? He's like, we know it, and they start laughing together.
Yeah, I definitely thought that his betrayal would come much sooner.
Yeah.
They held it off for a long time, and I think that was really good.
Remember, all right, Andy McDowell tries to kill Grace. Grace smashes her head in
Oh my gosh.
with a box, and there's hair and blood on the box.
Matted on it. Gross.
Alex comes in and sees it, and he's like, "You're never gonna forgive me for this." And then he turns. But I feel like that turn was inevitable.
Yeah, it was. And that's why I commend them for how long they held it off, because you feel like it's going to happen no matter what. There's no way that it doesn't happen. But they keep it to the very end.
I mean, it's a very selfish move, though, what he says to her. "Oh, I didn't want you to leave me."
And then Brody comes through with the poison.
Yeah, he just had enough of
When
it.
perfect brother Alex comes back and he's ready to stake his wife on a table.
But I mean, Brody's there. Like, he's just a drunk.
I think he's probably sick of it. Because, I mean, how bad is that? Every time one of your siblings get married, you have to go through this. And then say your children are going to go through this.
Yeah, that's probably what, I wonder if the two would even bother with that.
Probably not.
Yeah. What happens if you get a divorce?
Oh, good question.
Because then you don't want to go through that again and bring somebody else in.
Yeah, no.
And then what if, like, imagine if, do you have to sign an NDA? Because let's say they do get a divorce, and then Charity's like, yeah, they're family, they make you play a game, but they say they kill people every now and again.
I mean, I feel like people probably aren't going to talk about that. It's just too weird. Who's going to believe you? They would think you're crazy.
Yeah, maybe. And I guess if you're a billionaire, you can hire good lawyers and writers.
So I have a theory about the whole was Grace chosen thing.
Yeah.
I think, and maybe I'm completely off base and just reading into this, but that LaBelle is interested in good people. So he's sick of the family. The only real good person left is Brody, and he's sort of a recovering
and
bad
he was
person.
Killed before he could explode, so who knows if he would have exploded.
Maybe, and maybe if it was up to him, maybe since he's so sick of things, but the family has gone too far down that they're very selfish. They just buy things in vanity. They're all just sort of awful. They teach their children to murder people. They're not very redeeming people.
No.
So, or just like Andie MacDowell, she's just completely complicit because, hey, this is my life, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he chose Grace because she's a good person, and they're not anymore.
I mean,
Do you think?
No, I think so. And I guess Samara Weaving does a good job of pulling off being a really nice person in it.
Yeah, she just wants a family. I mean, that's all she wants. And I know it's pretty simple, but she's also wants to live, so there's that.
Yeah. So he brings her in because she's nice. And he wants her to rock the boat, to kind of mess with the family a little bit.
Or maybe once she marries into the family, LaBelle chooses doesn't he choose the card for you?
Yeah.
He chooses that one for her because he's like, I'm done with these people.
Could Fitch have survived the night?
Yeah, for sure. He would have just gone and like lounged in a bathroom.
Fitch?
Watching YouTube videos. He'd be the last person alone and he'd go, oh, wait a second, it's light?
I think Charity would have fought pretty hard too if her card got pulled.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Street Fighter.
What game did she get? I can't remember. I know that he got Old Maid.
And she got Checkers.
Oh,
From what I remember, yeah. She's like, yeah, I think I got Checkers. And he's like, what is Old Maid?
Oh, I know. And then they shush him.
Fitch is such a turd.
Oh, gosh. He's still funny.
So that scene, they built that table and they brought in all those what do you call it when you stuff all those animals? So they brought all those in.
Taxidermy.
But they didn't know how to capture the scene. So what they did was, since it's kind of like an octagon-esque table, they just put a camera on Steadicam and had him do laps around to capture.
Okay.
And they just ran the scene about 5 different times. Because imagine, we've talked about this as far as coverage. When you have 10 people in a room or on a table, that's a nightmare. Like, you can't go, if you're doing OT over the shoulders on each person and like getting their coverage, it's a nightmare.
Trying to get it from both sides, or then you end up either grouping people in 2 places. It's hard to.
So I thought that was a pretty interesting thing.
I'm trying to think of the last movie that had a bunch of people that covered things well, but I think Knives Out did a good job. But most people ended up in the same room, though. Like, they were all just clustered.
That's a lot of coverage, though. Mm-hmm. That's annoying. I wish people would.
Dumbest car chase ever.
I love that movie. I wish everyone on the planet knew how pain in the butt it was to get coverage. Like gotta get the wide shot, then get the close up, then get the medium shot, then maybe the OTS, and flip it.
Yeah.
Nightmare. They avoided that though.
Gotta get plates.
But they avoided that though on this, so I dug it. Any other cool theories for me?
I think I am maxed out on the theories. I do have one good piece of trivia.
Uh-oh.
Emily's gun, the one that she does a terrible job with in the beginning and she kills the maid, is the same type of gun from Clue, which is a board game.
Oh, hey.
It's a pepper box revolver.
Wow.
So that's some good planning on their part.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I thought that takes place inside the house.
Out of all the trivia, those are the few things I wrote down.
And she kills a maid with it? No, she kills. Yeah, she shoots the maid
the
in the
maid.
beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shoots right in the face and she keeps gargling.
Yeah, and then Aunt Helene chops her head off.
That's the second maid. Both maids gargle.
Yeah.
You think they're dead. They play that, like, that's a tightrope to walk on, is it not? You're murdering people, and you're playing it for a gag. So you have to get the tone right.
Well, there's the gargle gag, and then there's Aunt Helene just being a stone-faced killer who's totally in on this cult thing.
Yeah.
And chops their heads off.
So Grace gets killed. I guess she doesn't have much of a family.
Mm-hmm.
But what would everybody say? Like
Oh, how convenient would that be, though? You bring home a girl with no family?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't have a family.
I wonder what Fitch's backstory is, because it sounds like Charity wouldn't want to go back to whatever she came from, so no one's going to miss that.
Fitch's parents are like, do it. I don't care if you die.
They're probably just crazy.
That's why he acts like that. What do you think?
I don't know. That's an interesting thing to explore.
Because the next day, everyone gets together. It's a gnarly thing.
Maybe just being a part of this family makes you more attracted to loners.
Maybe. Is that what they have to look for?
Possibly. I mean, it appears so. Didn't Andy McDowell have... She was a blue blood, you know?
She came from a poor background, she said. What about... Do you think Fitch was pretty womaned by Emily?
Maybe.
So Christian Brune was a prostitute.
I don't know. She's kind of stupid.
Christian Brune was a prostitute. He was a gigolo on the streets.
Oh my gosh.
And she gets him and she dresses him up and she turns him, gets him the nice thing and flaps the jewelry case on his fingers. Do you think she pretty womaned him?
I don't know. She seems too stupid.
He gets his hair done.
She's very funny, but not very smart. Extremely indulgent.
She'd be fun to party with.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I could stand to party with her. She's...
In my 20s.
Next level.
But like... If you're in an event with them, she's going to buy out the bar.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh, she's going to be there tonight, free whiskey.
Sounds good to me.
She had that big old cocaine bubble on her nose.
It's kind of gross.
That was a good move by Grace, though. Grace just kind of does a subtle thing.
To clean it up.
Yeah, but she did like a hand motion.
I like when she gives herself the pep talk in the mirror and she smacks her. You've got this.
And then doesn't Fitch do that, too? He's like, come on, Fitch, don't be a bitch. Doesn't he? He starts slapping himself.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he was down to do it at the end. Because remember when...
Well, I mean, he's invested. He has children. Yeah. He has a very pretty yet weird and not very smart wife.
Remember when
Lots of money.
Lots of money. Billions of dollars.
He's got a lifestyle.
Yeah. He needs those charters. Oh, no, we have a cat fight in our room.
Uh-oh.
So right now, I just want to give you guys a heads up if you're listening. Stella, our older cat. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. Oh, she just bit my other cat's foot.
Oh, we could turn this into a final fight.
Yeah, final fights. Listen to those, by the way. They're a lot of fun. But so at the end... This movie made me money.
Yeah?
Because remember the Cracked article I wrote because of this?
Oh, right.
So I wrote an article about characters who will most certainly be arrested after the movie ends. And I didn't use this one because it would have been a spoiler.
I mean, but will she be arrested? You don't think she would be seen as a victim?
How do you explain it?
I don't know. You escaped.
I'd show him the barn. Like, there's bodies down there that are years old.
She doesn't have any gunpowder on her hands.
Yeah. Wait, no, I guess not.
I mean, she's traumatized. They came up and put a little blanket around her.
I think she'll be all right, but that's a tough one. So what are you going to say to cops? So I married into this billionaire family.
And they tried to murder me. Keep it simple.
Yeah, they tried to murder me. And then what happened? Well, a fire happened. Well, why are their bodies liquefied jelly? I don't know.
Fire. Drugs. Who knows?
Yeah, explain drugs.
Maybe the hydrochloric acid liquefied their insides before they blew up.
Because they're not going to be able to run autopsies. The only people they can run autopsies are on
Well, Annie McDowell. Because she died first.
And then Adam Brody.
Yeah.
The rest of them are exploded jelly. Mm-hmm. Is that house going to completely go down?
It's probably for the best if it does.
Yeah, it's no good.
No one wants to go back there.
But there's got to be other family members.
Oh, what happened to the card box?
I don't think... LaBelle's got to be able to
Does it magically repopulate somewhere else?
It's like the thing from...
Or it's just protected from fire and all elements?
I mean, it didn't... So, all right, that's a wooden box. And she used a wooden box to smash in a woman's skull. And it was fine.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I feel like most wooden boxes...
Maybe it has metal coating?
I think the integrity is pretty good in it.
I mean, it's been around for a couple hundred years.
So who is LaBelle?
What do you mean?
Like, who is this guy?
Who is this man?
This person. This deity. I guess it's a man as we see at the end.
Yeah. He's, he can't be any place good if this is the consequences.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in the in-between world, in the purgatory. And this is how maybe he needs enough souls to move on.
Do you think it's like a magician's type god? Or do you think it's like the devil from traditional story?
I think it'd probably be more like the devil, more like fantasy where there are angels and demons and multiple deities. Maybe not like the one god and the one devil, but the kind where there are different gods that people worship.
LaBelle's his brother that he hates.
He's his uncle.
Because that's small work. I mean,
he's that uncle.
Do you think he goes around the world doing that to people?
I mean, maybe when he was alive, but I think he's tied